How to give yourself a pay raise at your job without asking your boss. And I promise you, this is something that over 100 million Americans can benefit from. So stay tuned all the way to the end, and we're going to give you something that should change the game. What up? You got Mr. Smith, point five of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. And in this brief video, I want to talk to you about giving yourself a pay raise at your job without asking your boss. You see, we live in a day and age where people want to be their own boss. People want to be their own CEO. And there's nothing against that, because we actually left our job, jumped off the porch and got involved in doing a home-based business that allowed us to be our own boss. But it's compilations or complications that come with being your own boss. It takes discipline. You got to be the only person that pushes you to move forward. And it's not an easy task, no matter how easy somebody may make it out to be. But it is very well doable. So this is not to deter anyone from doing it, but it just definitely does take work, and oftentimes more work than working at a job in many cases. And that's just that. Now, a lot of times people bash working a job, and that's not my place. I'm not going to bash a job. Now, I do understand the pros and the cons of a job. I understand the pros and cons of a business. I understand the pros and cons of working for someone else and allowing them to dictate when you can do certain things. I understand the cons in that. So I do understand that argument. However, a job can be leveraged to accomplish your goals. And don't let anybody ever tell you different. A job can be leveraged to accomplish your goals. What do I mean? Many people have a goal of building wealth. Many people have a goal of creating financial freedom. Many people have a goal of buying a home, paying off a home, paying off debt, investing. Many people have that goal. And a job can help you do that. A job can be used versus the job using you. And that's what happens. Many people are being used by their job, when on the flip side, if they just made a simple tweak, which I'm going to give you, they can use their job. So that's what I want to put you in the mindset of. How can I use my job for more than just a paycheck? How can I take this job and leverage the fact that I do have a job and get more out of it, even though I'm working the same amount of hours? How can I get more money without asking my boss for a promotion, asking my boss for a pay raise, without trying to go to school and see if I meet the qualification, without taking on college loan debt in order to see if I qualify for that position that's about to open up next year? How can I do that without them? And I'm about to tell you how you can make that a reality. And I'm going to give you a resource on what you really need to fully make it a reality. Because what I'm going to give you is only, so much of what I can give you. But if you understand it in full, then you'll understand how you can make it a full reality. You ready for me for what? Is the lunch ready?
Yeah.
Okay, close my door. I'll be in there. So, let's talk about it. Because obviously, it's lunchtime. The fella's trying to eat lunch. So let me make sure. Okay. Yeah, we're good to go. I ain't deleting none of that. I'm keeping that in there. Alright, so this is the thing. You want to know how you can do those things without asking for permission. And I'm going to tell you how you can do it. Now, in the beginning of the video, if you were listening closely, I said that what I'm about to share with you, over 100 million Americans can benefit from this information. What that means is this is not hearsay. This is something that has been publicly made available, but a lot of people overlooked it, or they didn't take advantage of it, or, they were scared to do it. But now the odds are even more in your favor of why you should do it, how you can go about doing it in the seamless way possible. Now let's dive into it. So I had to set that foundation. I had to set that foundation because sometimes people think it's a bash against the job when I say certain things or when we speak certain things, but it's not that. I just want you to leverage your job, and they may keep you there a little bit longer, because now you can position yourself to retire early, which is also a goal of many people. Financial freedom, which is also a goal of many people, because this strategy can help you do just that. Now, when I say over 100 million Americans, over 80% of Americans have an error on the way that they're getting paid from their job. What do I mean? Too many taxes are typically being taken out of your paycheck, which means that if too many taxes are being taken out, that means you're overpaying. So that means your paycheck should be fatter than what it is. So let's say you get $1,000 a week or $1,000 every 2 weeks, whatever that is. That's take home pay. So gross, you probably actually made $1,800, but you took home $1,000. Just throwing some numbers out there. If you include all of the other things that may come out of your check. When in all actuality, your take home pay should be $1,400, $1,500, $1,200, $1,300, whatever that extra amount is. Now I want you to ask yourself, what can I do with an extra $200 on my paycheck? An extra $400, $500, $800, $1,000. In some cases, people have gotten $1,000 plus. What can I do with that? And I'm sure some things are playing in your head right now of what you can do with that extra $1,000, or with that extra $200, or with that extra $100. Many people can do a lot with that. So if that's the case, then keep listening, like I stated. So when people are overpaying on their taxes, it's an error that they're making, and they didn't know it because most of the time they weren't taught this. They don't teach it in schools, and the jobs don't want you to know it because it's not to their benefit. It's not to the employer's benefit for you to know what I'm about to teach you. So I'm really coming to you to teach you from an angle of what can benefit you as the employee, regardless of the employer. They'll be all right, but I really want to empower you. So don't take this as if I got something against your job. No, I have something against the lack of knowledge that they continue to push in your direction so that you don't take advantage of what's already yours. I'm teaching you how to get what's already yours, not taken from someone else. They're taking it from you. And I got a problem with that. So I want them to understand that now you know better. So when you know better, you do better. So many people are overpaying in taxes due to an error. And we talked about this countless times, so you probably already know where I'm going, but I really want to paint a picture so you can see the value in really taking advantage of what I'm about to say. So the error starts on that W-4 form, which is the form you fill out when you initially get your job, but you can adjust it no matter when. You can adjust it whenever you want to, but many people fill it out and they never change it, never revisit it. And when they do fill it out, even if they change it or revisit it, they fill it out incorrectly because they were uninformed on how to go about filling it out. And if they are informed about filling out the W-4, what many people don't know is if you just adjust the W-4 and give yourself a pay raise, if you do it how we teach it, the problem with that is if you don't have a strategy to go along with filling out that W-4, you've done yourself a disservice and it can do more harm than good. Because now you elevate your lifestyle, you elevate some of the things that you were already doing, which is not a bad thing. But if you do that without having a strategy or a blueprint or a game plan to go along with it, now years later, you're in a bigger bind because you didn't take advantage of the strategy that goes along with it. What we want to offer to you is understanding how, yes, you can give yourself a pay raise, but if you have a strategy, not only can you give yourself a pay raise, you can give yourself a wealth or a net worth raise or a net worth increase. Because if a person is losing $200 to $800 every single paycheck or every single month from their job, that's literally $10,000 in many cases per year that could have been going towards something else. Debt elimination, wealth, savings, lifestyle, all of those things. That's literally money that could be going there. In addition to that, if we show a person how, even if they do spend money in other areas that might fit into lifestyle or might fit into things that they were going to do anyway, you can also make those items tax deductible. So not only can you give yourself a pay raise, you can legally lower your tax liability so that you legally pay less in taxes, or even get a fatter refund if done correctly. So why is that important? Because if you understand how to adjust that W-4 correctly with the strategy, now you have the best of both worlds. You have a job that you benefit from that angle. You get paid more because now you fatten your check and you're doing the same amount of work, but now you got a strategy so you're not in the blind. You're not just adjusting the W-4. We have millions of views on our W-4 video, so we know people have watched the W-4 video and just adjusted the W-4, but that's it. But they do themselves a disservice when they don't take advantage of the strategy that we have below. So we have a link below that if you click that link and you'll see make money from your phone, but disregard that. I want you to click that link because it does allow you to make money, but the strategy aspect of it has nothing to do with making money. It's about you keeping more of your money. if you understand it. So click that link. It'll be a video for you to watch, and you just take in what you feel benefits you, but don't feel as though you have to do everything. Just grab the parts that apply to you, and I recommend that you get access to the membership where we have private groups and really talk about using that strategy to build wealth, get out of debt, and give yourself a pay raise at your job in a way that allows you to not be looking over your shoulders or feel as though you did anything wrong, because now you have a blueprint and a game plan. The IRS let us know years ago that over 100 million Americans had their W-4 form filled out incorrectly. Employers didn't want people to find out. The IRS actually put it out many years ago, and that's still the case to this very day. So if you haven't already, click that available link. We got some free goodies, but click that top button that says make money from your phone. It may say something different when you're looking, depending on when you're watching the video. We may adjust it to say something like get a pay raise at your job without asking you about, what, we might do that. But whatever it is, at that top button, click that link. Once you click that link, watch the video. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out, leave a comment, or see if it's any way that we can assist you in your journey. But nonetheless, I don't want you to be getting underpaid or paid less than what you could be, because you are leaving money on the table. It's your money. We want you to see how to get it using a strategy that many people have been using for years, and those who use it correctly benefit greatly. That strategy helped us get off of our jobs, allowed us to retire early, because we implemented that one strategy, and want to position you to do whatever it is that you want to do as well. That's all I got for this video. Mr. Smith, signing out. Salute.